tick that off my to-do list. It's actually going to be so kind of fun. A lot of questions asking how I got into the only difference really that I can think of that I did differently in med school at UCT. Voting a cute, cozy, comfy evening. After 3 weeks of holiday, it's time to get our life together. Welcome back. It's officially the second day of semester 6. Currently I have 0 schedule and I need to figure out how I'm gonna do when I'm gonna do stuff. So let's kind of have a chat. We have what's called a special studies module currently that runs for 4 weeks, and it's basically so many different projects that you could have been assigned to. We had a whole project selection, and now we kind of work either alongside like a researcher and kind of assist them with some sort of project. So I'm doing quite an interesting project. I'm actually not entirely sure how much details I can give out, so I'm not really going to share too much about that, but I'm very excited. I am excited to kind of explore this department that I'm working alongside, and it's kind of in a field of interest or potential field of interest, and so I'm very excited to kind of get that started. But along with that is also like I have no sort of schedule and I am not entirely sure how I'm gonna work it. It's the first time, honestly, I think since I started uni, even grade 11, grade 12, like there was always some sort of schedule, but now it's kind of like, now that we've finished pre-clinicals, this semester is completely different. Like there's no routinized like lectures every day at this time. So for example, like we had no clue what was going on this week. We were given an orientation document. We had a couple lectures yesterday of kind of like introducing everything, and then today we just had nothing on the schedule, and we were supposed to meet with our supervisors and kind of like, I don't know, meet them, kind of get an idea of our projects and things like that. I feel like I'm staring at the walls, which is so weird. So I'm trying to get used to that. One lecture for 2 hours tomorrow. I'm just used to like having to study constantly, and I'm not used to this concept that like I don't need to come home every single day and rush to study stuff on the weekend. I don't have to come back from class and be like setting up my whole study plan for the weekend. I do want to kind of just get back into my groove after the vac, focus on my goals for the semester, new things that I'm wanting to achieve and new kind of intentions for the semester. It's currently 5 p.m. I might go for a run just to get some exercise, and then yeah, at home I did 3Ks in about, I don't know, I think it was about 6 minutes a K. So I am going to take a shower, and then I've also already kind of cooled down, that's why I look like I've done nothing, but I'm gonna take a shower and then probably think about dinner, and then we'll take it from there. I have a few things that I want to get done this evening. Firstly, I want to go over some project stuff before tomorrow. One of our supervisors sent out like a doc kind of on the research project, so I just want to familiarize myself with that and kind of have a little head start to expect tomorrow when we meet with our like actual supervisor. So do that, and I'm going to have dinner. I might have dinner first. I'm not actually that hungry. I don't know. I'll shower and then we'll see. We're gonna take it with the flow. I want to see if I can still do a pirouette. Such bad balance. Okay, I need to choose my pajamas. That's what I was supposed to be doing. I'm voting a cute, cozy, comfy evening. I think I'm gonna wear these PJs. And do I need anything else? Is actually the next day now, next evening in fact. I forgot to film the rest of yesterday, but I honestly really didn't do much. I kind of just chilled on my bed because I have plans to do a few more things that fall in the category of this video. I got back from campus earlier and I just wrote down a few things that I wanted to do this evening. So I did go on a run actually, which was a great start, so I can tick that off my to-do list. I also did dinner, did my reflection for my SSM project. I'm trying to just do a little bit every day and kind of note down like the task or kind of what I did with the dates and stuff, to be able to like look back on easily when I need to like start with my full write-up. Done my reflection for the day, which is very nice. So I've already done 3 things. I really want to get back into kind of writing down lists and kind of feeling accomplished when I do things, because I think it's very easy when you don't have a lot to do to fall into a thing like a cycle. I'm very like goal orientated type of person. You have to kind of do things and feel accomplished once I've done things, and I think this is just gonna help get back on track. So yeah, the last thing that I wanted to do this evening is create kind of like a daily plan. I only have schedules for some days of these next 2 weeks. So Monday we had a few intro lectures, today's Wednesday, and tomorrow we have a couple of lectures, and only like 2 days next week. So it is honestly a bit weird, and I feel so weird like now starting and having such gaps and days between when you do something next. So I want to kind of work on like a daily plan or morning, evening routine, things that I want to do that I think will really help. So let's do that. I think this special studies module is actually going to be so fun. I was a little like hesitant at my topic that I got initially. It's in the department that I'm interested in, so that's very exciting, and that's kind of one of the reasons that I applied for it, because it was in an area that I am interested in. And so it'll give me a little bit of exposure. And I met with my supervisor today, and I'm super excited to start. My supervisor is literally amazing and seems very nice, so lots to look forward to, and I think it's going to be fun. But with that being said, I'm going to now start on this little daily plan. Couple days later now, but I thought I'd end this video answer a few questions. A lot of questions asking how I got into med school at UCT, and questions along those lines, questions about NBTs and NBT prep and things like that. So I thought I'd answer a couple of those type of questions. So the first one being, how did I get into med school at UCT? So I came out with 5 distinctions in matric. I just missed the last 2 by like a literal couple of percentages. That is really not like near the competitive standards. So I actually did a year of physio. I didn't apply to med in matric. Physio was my first choice at UCT. Got into physio, so I did a year of physio, and then during my physio year I applied to medicine, and because I was within 2 years of having written MBTs, I didn't have to rewrite MBTs. Proficient range for all my MBTs. I'll get back to MBTs in a little bit, but yeah, so I used those same MBT marks. I didn't rewrite anything like that, and clearly they were okay. So I came out of my physio year a pretty decent average. I think I might have mentioned it somewhere on my TikTok page at some point. It's obviously what ended up getting me into medicine. So I applied like everyone else coming into matric would apply. The only difference really that I can think of that I did differently was that I obviously, instead of saying I'm not in a tertiary institution, I said that I was in a tertiary institution, just because I was really in the university. I didn't really have to submit any results, I don't think, because obviously I was already within the university, so they had all my information and everything on their system already. So yeah, I think that's basically it in terms of application processes and things like that. Getting into med, I ended up getting a phone call. I actually didn't know, like I hadn't really heard back at all about my application. throughout the year, I was only told that they were waiting for further results for me for my application, and then I got a random phone call 2 weeks into starting second year of physio, asking if I wanted to accept my final offer. So yeah, it was pretty crazy, and I'll never forget that day. But yeah, that's kind of the story about getting in to med. Oh, then back to NBT. So I also get a lot of questions asking things like NBT prep. How did I do? Pretty well in my NBTs. I think I've got 83% the math paper. And all of my NBTs were within the proficient range, which is like the highest kind of level. I think you get, I don't know what's before intermediate, but then you get intermediate and proficient. Familiar with my TikTok page, I talk about them a lot, but I use the Advantage Learn Math and AQL courses. So they're courses, 2 separate courses on both of those different papers. I bought the combo course. They are a little pricier, but if you can get your hands on them, they are so worth it. They are literally amazing. It's all I use, and I literally prepped in the June-July holidays. So I think it took me about 3 weeks before I wrote my NBTs, and I did them at home. And it was so nice, like literally in the comfort of my own home. I just watched videos. The courses provided videos on like every topic for maths, actually like showing working examples. They gave so many tips and tricks that literally helped me for the rest of my matric year for maths. Like things that I didn't even realize, like trigonometry stuff, and like tips and tricks on how to remember like these certain things, and like really helped. Just questions at the end of every topic with answers, and they also provided like mock NBT papers that they'd obviously created, and it was very similar to the actual like NBT paper. And if you know anything about NBT prep, literally nothing out there. Like I don't think I found any practice papers for NBTs like anywhere, and so it was very, very helpful. And yeah, that's literally all I did. I did it in 3 weeks. I made some notes as I went along. And that's basically all I did. Genuinely so helpful. I actually reached out to them, and they were kind enough to give me a discount code for you guys. Now this is not even like just because I'm doing a collab with them. Like genuinely, I raved about them after I did it. I recommended it to everyone. My sister used them when she was in matric last year. Like literally, I cannot express how amazing the course was. The discount code that they gave is, I'll put it on the screen here, but it's Dr. M NBT 15, and you can get 15% off, which is very exciting. The June-July holidays are practically over for most people. I would definitely recommend, if you haven't written them, to get onto it ASAP before the rush of prelims and let alone finals rolls around, to have that stress. And if you can get your hands on that course, Advantage Learn honestly has you covered. So yeah, those are a few questions. If you have any other questions, anything in general, I've obviously taken it from my TikTok page, but you can let me know in the comments and I will answer in my next video, like a little answer in a kind of section at the end of my videos. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, anything you would like to know. And I think that's it for this video. Okay, if you believe you can, you will, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.